Hello and good morning. It is February 10th, 2016 and this is Devaraja Mayuran with the news highlights of today's English dailies. Today's Daily Mirror's headline says decision is Sri Lanka's sovereign right. Says OHCHR recommends but the country should decide. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Prince Said Raad Al Hussein said yesterday that though the Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights makes a recommendation on the judicial process into alleged war crimes or on the involvement of foreign judges, it was the sovereign right of Sri Lanka to decide. And the news at the top says Sarath Fonseka now a member of parliament. Field Marshal Sarath Fonseka was yesterday sworn in as an MP by Speaker Karujaya Surya. He was appointed through the national list to fill the vacancy caused by the death of Minister MKADS Gunawardena. The news below it says joint opposition causes uproar in House. A chaotic situation prevailed in Parliament yesterday when members of the joint opposition staged a protest after the Speaker turned down their request to function as a separate group in the House. And the news below it says joint opposition should function separately, says Sri Lanka. Deputy Speaker Thilanga Sumadipala said yesterday that the joint opposition should take a political decision to function separately if they wish to be treated as a distinct group within the opposition. And the news at the bottom of the paper says police asked to pay torture victim rupees 50,000. The Colombo court yesterday ordered the state to pay the legal expenses and a compensation of rupees 50,000 with interest to a man who was assaulted by the police riot squad on April 22, 2014 at the Fort railway station in the midst of a railway strike. With that story, let me move to the highlights of today's daily news. The headline says inquiry mechanism should be primarily acceptable to victims, says Said. Any mechanism that investigates allegations of rights abuses referred to in the UNHRC resolution on Sri Lanka should be primarily acceptable to the victims or will be doomed to fail, visiting UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Said Raad Al Hussein said yesterday. The news below it says bill passed amidst pandemonium. The Local Authorities Elections Bill, which provides for increasing women's representation in local government institutions up to 25%, was passed in Parliament yesterday amid strong objections levelled by MPs of the joint opposition who shouted various slogans in the well of the House. And the news says Sicily ordered to be remanded. The Colombo Fort Magistrate yesterday ordered that former Selingo chairman Lalit Kotawala's wife Cicely Kotavala be remanded till February 23 in connection with the Selingo chairman case. And the news says first kidney transplant operation in Polonnaruwa. The first kidney transplant operation was successfully conducted at the Polonnaruwa General Hospital on Monday by a medical team led by consultant surgeon Dr. Joel Arutchelvam under the direction of Hospital Director Dr. Sampath Indikakumar. The news at the bottom says Gnanasara Thera remanded till today for allegedly threatening Sandhya Eknalikoda. Although Bodhabala Sena General Secretary Galagoda Ate Gnanasara Thera, who was in remand custody on allegations of contempt of court, was released on bail, the Homagama magistrate yesterday ordered that the Thera be further remanded till today over another case. Accordingly, Gnanasara Thera was ordered to be further remanded till today on charges of allegedly threatening Sandhya Eknalikoda, the wife of missing journalist Prageet Eknalikoda, on January 25 at court premises. With that story, let me move to the news highlights of today's Ceylon Today, whose headline writes, Speaker overrules joint opposition, uproar in House. Parliament sittings came to an abrupt end soon after the Local Authorities Elections Bill seeking to increase the percentage of female representatives in local government bodies was passed midst booing from opposition benches. Pandemonium prevailed as MPs of the joint opposition stormed the well of the House, demanding that they be assured their right to act as an independent group in Parliament. Another news says Zaid urged over food dragging, wants IDP issues settled early. Raad Al Hussain expressed concerns in talks with opposition and Tamil National Alliance leader R. Sambandhan in Colombo yesterday over delays in the resettlement of internally displaced persons in the north. Zaid Raad Al Hussain was briefed by the TNA leader on the humanitarian issues to be resolved in the north and east. Sambandhan, accompanied by the TNA parliamentarians Mavai S. Senadiraja, M. A. Sumandran, D. Sitardhan and Selvam Adekalanathan, explained to him in detail the post-war humanitarian issues jet begging solution. Finally, a news at the bottom of the paper says impartial independent court a must, says Zaid. UN probe results merited a criminal inquiry. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Zaid Raad Al Hussain said it's a must for Sri Lanka to set up an impartial and independent court to address crimes against humanity and all aspects of a victim's claims. Commenting on a recent statement made by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe to the effect that nearly all the disappeared persons are dead, the HR chief said that the Prime Minister's statement had created great distress among their families who until then still cling to some hope. This statement must be followed by rapid action to identify precisely who is still alive and who has died or been killed, properly account for their deaths including whether or not they were unlawful, identify the location of their remains and provide redress. At the press brief held at UN Colombo headquarters yesterday, he said that his office felt that international participation could guarantee these factors for all victims. With that story, I just wind up the news highlights. Join us tomorrow too. Have a nice day. Goodbye.